Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. Today we are going to be taking on the 5th gym in the game, which is the Petalburg City Gym, and our father. So, memories, we don't have any attachment to our father in this game, so that's just how it is. But this is a normal type gym, and the little gimmick that they put for this gym. So the other gyms kind of have puzzles going on, but this one, so you get the option of 2 doors, and each door the trainer uses a specific item. So I think I read that the door for this one is a speed room. So at the beginning of the turn, the trainer will use an X speed, which will just boost their Delcatty's speed by 1 point. So it's like if they used, I don't know any attacks that boost your speed by 1, but if they used agility, and then I used string shot in the exact same turn, except I still get an attack, if that makes any sense. So their speed stats up by 1, if that makes any sense. And yeah, so normal type Pokemon, kind of lame. They're good all around, but I don't know. That's their niche. Otherwise they're just meh, because they don't resist anything. Except for they're immune to Ghost, and then they aren't weak to anything except for fighting. So in the competitive realm, all they're really good for is whatever niche that specific Pokemon has. So Lanoon or Linoon, for instance, in the competitive games, its niche is that I think it gets Belly Drum, which is a move that would boost its speed up by 11 points, which it would just bring it up to max, which is 6. And then it also gets the move Extreme Speed, which has a +2 priority attack. That's also fairly strong. So that means that it's faster than most attacks in the game, except for 6 or 7 of them. So that means you get a +6 Extreme Speed, and that does a lot of damage. It might not kill because Extreme Speed, I don't know. Because it's not like a Hyper Beam or something like that. And it's not super effective. But it is stab boosted, so whatever. And I feel there was some sort of Linoon set that used a berry. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of berry juice on Zigzagoon and Little Cup. But there's 3 layers of these rooms, so you're forced to go against 3 trainers before you go against the gym leader. And so there are 2 in the front row, 3 in the middle row, and then 2 in the back row before you get to go to the gym leader. So that means there are 7 trainers you can go against, but you're required to go against 3. So we got another Lanoon here. Pretty basic. And then the other 2 Pokemon, like I said, Delcatty and Zangoose. I think I went on a tangent about Zangoose an episode or 2 ago. But I don't really know what they do in game because, again, they're exclusive to Ruby. But Linoon I haven't really used in game just because, I don't know, I don't like using the normal types that you get in the first route in the games. I probably don't think I've ever used Rattata in Red and Blue, or Leaf Green and Fire Red, or Silver and Gold, I guess. I haven't really used Sentret or Furret in Silver and Gold. In this game, I don't really use Zigzagoon and Linoon ever. In Gen 4, I had the Bidoof for the HM Slave stuff, but again, I don't really use Bidoof or Bibarel. Gen 5, I think Patrat and Watchog are very ugly Pokemon, so I just obligated myself to not use them. But, geez, I remember when Watchog's ability and moveset was revealed, it was a Pokemon forum I used to go on. What was it called? Poke Stadium or something like that. I think it's still going on. But a lot of the people I used to talk with on there, I think they're still on there actually. Some of them actually became moderators, which is cool for them. But everyone was hyping up Watchog because I think one of its abilities, Illuminate or something, I think people thought it was something that it wasn't, and so people thought it was a super good ability, which it isn't. I think it only just makes Pokemon show up more or less frequently in the wild if it's your first Pokemon in your party. But yeah, we're just going through this gym. I haven't really been paying attention to any of the items that the trainers use, but in most cases you get like a free turn to hit them, and that's pretty nice. I'm only using Combuskin for this whole entire gym because the gym leader's Pokemon are very bulky, and Combuskin's kind of like my only option to go against it, even though I do have Breloom. But I don't know, I think Combuskin just has like a slightly better damage output and can live an attack or two. It will make sense once we get to the gym battle, but it is definitely a difficult gym battle. Like, I mean, the Pokemon that the gym leader has are kind of gimmicky, and I completely forgot about the gimmick on the first turn, but I don't want to spoil too much. We got the Zigzagoon here that looks like super edgy, you know. It's got that M for Mario on its belly. That's how you know it's super friendly for the kids. That'd be crazy if that was like the real reason why they put an M in, like subtle hints at Mario. But I think that was the last trainer. Yeah, do I even bother healing my Pokemon? I feel like I do a jump cut. Do I? No, I just heal up, right? I get those super potions. Oh man, what does Bandit have? Come on, Bandit, don't let me down. A Nugget. We can sell that later on. Yeah, we got the gym badges, Papa. Battle with me. Man, what if he just gave us the badges for free? Like in the anime, like sometimes the gym leader's like, fuck it, have the badge, I don't want it. I don't want to be a gym leader. Yeah, but the special move that the gym leader has is Facade, which for the longest time I thought it was Facade. Dude, I just remembered a couple of years back on the radio, there was like talking about like some guy reading a script and like he read every single word correctly, except that he didn't know that Facade was pronounced Facade. So then he kept saying Facade, and then the people were like, "Can you repeat that line?" And then they're like, "Sure." And then they said Facade again, and then they're like, "Ah, shit, he doesn't know how to pronounce Facade." It didn't sound as good when I said it, because I think they were like reading off a thing and not just going off my memory from a couple years later. But going back to the battle, so Slaking is like a fucking powerful ass Pokemon, but to nerf it, every other turn it can't attack because it's slacking off or whatever. What does it say on the screen? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's loafing around. That's silly bread. So it's like super strong. I don't remember what its base attack is, but like literally all of its stats are fucking amazing except the special attack. And then what I forgot is that Facade, the damage will double if it's poisoned. So I think I was mentioning that with Zangoose. If you have that poison touch ability, or not, whatever it's called, and then you use Facade, like that's like ×4, and then the stab boost makes it ×6 on paper. So we got rid of the first Slaking, and now we gotta go against a Vigoroth, which is the pre-evolved form of Slaking. And so I don't understand how this works, but like, so the first form Slakoth, right? Yeah, Slakoth. It has like the loafing around ability, and then Vigoroth is just like, he doesn't do that. Like he can attack every turn, and then his ability is that he can't go to sleep, which is I don't get it, but whatever. And then it evolves back into Slaking, and then it does the loafing around bullshit. But I don't know, I like Vigoroth. He's a Pokemon I've been wanting to make a competitive set for a couple of years. I don't remember what any of the attacks were gonna be, but I think I tried it out on Pokemon Stadium, and it just didn't work out for me. Because his stats suck. I think, well, he gets kind of bulky with the Eviolite, so I don't remember. And then this Slaking is a lot easier. I didn't realize, like, before this. But, like, he just really wants to use Focus Punch, which requires you not getting hit on the first turn. So in competitive, it's a really shitty move unless you have Substitute on your same moveset, because then that guarantees a free Focus Punch. But I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on Focus Punch. It can be a good move, but at the same time, it also usually requires having a different move. So that's just 2 move slots wasted just for a Focus Punch. Unless, like, if you do use Substitute, then you create the other 2 moves or your team around you having Substitute. But yeah, that's the gym battle. I mean, I did have 2 fighting types on my team, but this gym battle can be very difficult. I mean, especially since I didn't really get a lot of potions, but I didn't really need them, I don't think. But, like, the first, like, many times I've played this game, this gym battle is just a pain in the ass. Like, every single gym battle is just difficult. Like, that's how I will always feel about this game. And then when I played through Alpha Sapphire, like, every gym battle was super easy. But that's half because I knew what the hell I was doing. But the other half is that, like, they dumbed down the levels and the trainers and stuff. Because, like, I feel like I ran into more trainers that only had 1 Pokemon than, like, in this game where trainers have 2 or 3 or 4 Pokemon all the time. So our dad told us to go to this house. He didn't really specifically say it, but we go to this house and Wally's papa gives us Surf, which will be very useful because it lets us go to the other half of this entire country. So we're going to teach Surf to Cartel, the Lombre, because that will be very useful. Obviously, like I've already mentioned. Oh, and Bandit already has another item. That was quick. Like, literally, I left the gym and I took 10 steps and he already found something. Or, I'm sorry, Sarah Lacina, Criminal Cop. Well, I don't know, the Survivor finale would have aired by now, but I don't know who won, but it's probably Sarah. Probably. Sarah Lacina. She's a cop, but she's playing like a criminal. Oh. And the Survivor subreddit just loves fucking cop, criminal. Like I'm sure like a lot of you would like see on like comment sections of stuff where like you write like one move. I'm sorry, like one word where it's like all caps. There's a space in between each letter, and then you go down on just like the first letter and write the exact same word or a different word that starts with the same letter. Doing this, like, you're still doing the spaces and the capital letters. So then they put like criminal going down from left to right, and then at the C in criminal, it just goes down and spells criminal again or cop or whatever. But yeah, we are surfing on water now. I'm gonna go and take a little side route to get to where I want to be because there is a TM I want to teach Swalot that I can get in a certain location here. And I ran into a trainer, son of a gun. But he says I'm okay, so let's battle. And I don't remember what my lead Pokemon is, but hopefully I can take down Carvanha. Okay, I did prepare and get the grass type out for the water type Pokemon. And I don't remember if Carvanha is a dark type or if it's just a water type. But either way, Mega Drain was a safe option because it was a one-hit kill, and Luis only has 1 Pokemon, so shame on you. Yep, and we're already like at Dewford, so that's cool. There's that cave that I don't remember the name of. Oh, yeah, and then also I can get this TM. I was talking about a different one earlier, but see, this guy finally pops up in this house, and he only shows up after you beat the 5th gym, which doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they just hide that there until you beat the 5th gym? Because you saw, like, on episodes 2 and 3, like, I went into this house, like, 4 or 5 times after doing, like, super minor events, just like, is he gonna show up yet? And then I googled it, and it's, like, after the 5th gym, and I don't know. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, we got Sludge Bomb on our Swalot. I think it normally learns Sludge Bomb at like level 48. So that works out for me because it will take a long time for me to get to level 48. And Swalot is one of like 20 Pokemon where guess this is going to be a bit hard to explain. So, like Pokemon, they have like an experience cap, which, whatever. So, like, the starter Pokemon, for instance, like, they're in the middle of that experience cap where, or maybe they aren't, but just for the example, like, so, let's say that both, like, all the starter Pokemon, like, by the time they're at level 100, the experience that they would have earned is, like, 200,000. Let's just go with that number. And then there's other Pokemon that I can't remember any of them, but they can get to level 100 with less experience. So, like, some Pokemon, it might be, like, 80,000, and they're at 100 already. But Swalot is, like, one of the 20 Pokemon where they take the most experience to get to level 100. And so Swalot would probably take, like, 300,000 experience to get to level 100. And I'm not a fan of that, mainly because Swalot's my favorite Pokemon, and that means it takes forever to get to a good level. So, like, but I think the opposite thing is that, like, so Pokemon like Swalot and Gulpin, that they take less experience to level up from, like, levels, like, 1 to 25 or something. I don't quite remember how it works, but then slowly it's just like, okay, now this is getting ridiculous. You're taking, like, 7 more battles than everyone else to get to the next level. And, like, all the Pokemon that I like that are, like, super bulky and purple, I'm only thinking of Drifblim from Diamond and Pearl, but they also do that, and it's just like, well, I hope you like level 45, because this is taking too long. So, yeah, we're in a water route, going against a Goldeen. It better not use Peck. I'm 4 times weak to that. 8, well, it goes for Flail, which, yeah. Okay, that only did 14, so never mind. And is that your last Pokemon? I just want to get to this cool dungeon, yeah. See you later, Beth. I don't know any Beths. That's a old name, but it's also like a young name. I don't know. It's a name. I'm running into a lot of Pokemon. Luckily, I got the power of editing. Oh, my liar of a boyfriend told me I look great in a bikini. That scumbag. Like, hey, you know, you're thin. And you're Sprite that looks like everybody else. You're nice and thin. You got a cute-ass Horsey. I mean, Horsey's doing, like, that sex pose thing. I don't know what's going on. You're leaning it back, but you're not leaning straight up, or you're not lying on your back, so it's crooked. I don't know. It's weird. But you also got a Meryl. Nice-ass Meryl. Not a fairy type yet, but it will be if you just fly on down to Kalos. And boom, Headbutt takes it down. Let's go. I just want to get to the abandoned ship. It's on the thumbnail of the video, just to spoil it all. Oh, and I forgot about Dragoon, level 25 now. And 10 more levels, and it's a nice and powerful Dragon type, even though it still sucks in that form. But we're finally at the abandoned ship. We're not supposed to, like, go through here until we have the 7th badge. But we can still explore it if we want to. I mean, like, we can explore this area except for, like, one specific area, which takes place, like, underwater. And it requires the HM move for the attack dive, which would let us access that area. But other than that, we can still explore, like, every other room. And there's one room that we need to find a key to enter, and then behind the door that we need the key, we get Ice Beam, the TM, for an ice attack. And I actually had to Google where to get the key just to make sure I could do this in a quick manner, even though I still go against a couple of the trainers in this area, in this abandoned ship. I don't understand why people are just hanging around this ship, like even in the newer remakes of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, like, there's just people hanging around the ship, but there isn't, like, any reasons. There aren't, like, boats hanging around the outside of the abandoned ship for it to sound like this is, like, some tourist site. It's just, like, there's people here, somehow, and now we're fighting on it. We're gonna make the ship sink even more, even though this might be shallow water, because we're able to walk onto the land right outside the ship, so, yeah. I had to talk to that kid twice because I wasn't quite sure if this was a ship or not. But luckily he confirmed that for me. And I ran into this kid, son of a gun. A tuber. What are kids doing on this boat? Where are your parents? I'm worried sick about you. You have a level 27 Meryl. It better be held responsible if you get lost and die. But too bad I want to make it faint, so fuck you, kid. Fuck you, Charlie. But yeah, another headbutt should take that Meryl out. We get some nice experience because it is a Meryl and not a stupid, well, just kidding. 166 isn't a lot. Well, I don't know. I haven't been fighting against any wild Pokemon to really grasp how much experience I should be getting. But yeah, if we go to this room up top at the very end of the not-so-maze-like maze, then we get the storage key to open a door. And then that guy, he wants a scanner for Captain Stern. But we need the Dive HM to get that, so I won't be doing that this Let's Play at all. Because it's for an item that I can't even take advantage of, because that requires me to have a second copy of either Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, or I guess technically Leaf Green and Fire Red, I don't quite remember. Because I've tried making those games compatible with each other, but I think I need like the National Dex or something to make it work. But I don't even remember if the National Dex is in this game. Or if it's not until Emerald where they add it. But we're going against a Volbeat and Illumise. Volbeat's like he's my boy. Like, he's such a fun Pokemon to use and competitive, even though he's not good, but like, so I named mine Volbeat Yo Ass because that's 12 characters, which is just enough. And what are the moves I gave it? Like, Encore. Encore is fucking amazing. I love that move, especially on Volbeat. Because Volbeat's, one of his abilities in the newer games is called Prankster, which means status attacks, which don't do any damage at all. They get priority, like a +1 priority. So the extreme speed that I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, that would be faster than a Prankster Encore or anything like that. But yeah, I had Encore, so that means if the opponent uses a move that like I can live like multiple hits from, or if it's a status move that they're using, then I can Encore them until like keep using that attack. And then I got like Substitute and I think Toxic or Thunder Wave, maybe both. And I don't remember what the fourth attack was, but just like my friends hated that set, and I think that inspired one of them to like, they made a team based on like my Pokemon, but just like their quote-unquote like rival Pokemon. It's like I had a Gengar and they used Clefable. I had Volbeat, they made an Illumise set. I had a Armaldo and they used Credilli. I don't remember what the other 3 Pokemon were, but it was stuff like that. It was hilarious that like it probably took them like a whole week to make all those Pokemon. Even though like, I mean, that was like 10th grade, so we didn't have jobs yet, so if I really wanted to, I could make like 2 competitive sets in one day if I used enough time. Because I mean, it takes like an hour or so to like breed the Pokemon I want. Because like I had like most of the like egg groups with like 5 IVs and, or not 5 IVs, 5 of the 6 stats having like max IVs on them, so I can use them for breeding purposes. And you gotta get the mother Pokemon, and then get the right nature and all that stuff. But then once you do like the super training for training EVs, that takes about 2 hours, 1.5 to 2.5 hours, depending on how much focus you put towards that. And you just gotta like get it to level 50, which does take a long time with either the Elite Four grinding, or if you do that battle restaurant thing I think I mentioned a bit. But yeah, I mean, just competitive Pokemon was fun for me. I wouldn't say I'm super good at it because I don't play in the overused tier, which is the definition of if you're good at Pokemon or not, I suppose. But I just had fun messing around with like unlikely Pokemon and just making teams with synergy. I didn't make a whole lot of teams. I just like, I think I already mentioned this. Like I just had my team for my tier. So like I'm playing RU. Okay, I got 6 Pokemon. We'll try them out. if one of the Pokemon isn't working good, or if I keep getting beat by a specific Pokemon type, then I will switch one of my Pokemon out or switch an attack out. And like that's how I had an RU team that like I just did a lot of changing around with, and even though I have 6 Pokemon on the team, I feel like 2 of the 4 I didn't get my fullest potential out of them, but I still kept them in because my team was still good around them, and their types and abilities and everything like helped make the team look more cohesive. So then my opponents would react differently based on me having a Jolteon on the team. Like, oh, okay, well, that means I gotta keep the ground type around, but I have like 2 counters to ground types, so fuck it. But we finally get to cross this water area that I went to at episode 4. It's episode 8 now, by the way. And we got a couple trainers here. This one, I thought he was a trainer, but I absolutely knew that the good rod was available at the end of this beach. And we have Gabby and Ty here. I bring Trapinch to the 2nd slot, just so I can get more experience with him or her. I don't remember what gender you are, but, you know, pronouns and junk. So yeah, their Whismur and Magnemite are at a slightly higher level. Oh, it's a Loudred now. Ooh. Look at how ugly Loudred is. Like pretty much just the nose is the part that's like, because the pig nose looking face. And then the ears are supposed to be like speakers or whatever, but it just it's so stupid. It looks like Shrek. Purple Shrek Sonic clone. Speaking of Sonic clones and stuff, how about Sonic Forces and their the custom hero character that you can play as in the new games? Like I don't know, I can't help but be excited and like, oh god, at the same time, because I follow a couple of YouTubers who like are anti-Sonic fans and anti-DeviantArt and whatever. I don't really watch them anymore, but like one of them that I watched a lot was Blackbuster Critic, and he doesn't upload like anymore. Apparently he does live streams sometimes, but I've just like stopped watching on Twitch for like a couple of years now. But like he would just like go on DeviantArt and like just like, or YouTube, and just like talk shit about like Sonic fans that are like quote unquote cancerous. But I don't know, his personality is like, there's a lot to like about him, but a lot to hate about him. Like arrogance is like, I can deal with that arrogance and personalities. I mean, like it's cool if like you're supposed to like play it off as like non-serious arrogance, but if you're like totally like fucking I'm correct, I'm awesome and stuff like that, then it's like, okay, you are getting annoying very quickly. And that's why I like Blackbuster Critic. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You find a lot of people on YouTube where it's like, they are controversial, so like, people feel a need to make YouTube videos about like, why I hate this person. And at first that sounds like a good idea, but then it's just like, I don't know, it sounds like obsessive, but like, I do the same shit, I just don't make YouTube videos about it. Where I'm like, man, I hate this guy, and I keep telling myself I hate them, and they don't deserve any of that. It's just, like, their persona is just kind of shit to me, and it doesn't bode well with me, but I got a shit personality too, so I don't know. That's just how it is. But yeah, we got like a couple trainers left, and that's it for the episode. We're not going any more north in this route until next episode, because this is a very long route that we'll be going through. You know, it feels like it's long, but it kind of isn't. I don't know, this game feels like really tight and compacted and whatever, because like most of the locations are in the same map. Like you aren't loading from area to area. That's a thing that the newer Pokemon games like disappoint me with, because like I don't know, it's just like you have to load areas now. It's not just one world. It's just like, we made this route bigger than we designed the world to be around it. And I don't exactly remember how Sun and Moon were, but like, I feel like they had loading screens all the time. But it would have been cool if like all 4 of the mountain areas, all 4 islands were just like one huge thing. I mean, like, you can totally like edit it to be one huge thing, but I don't remember. Maybe they were. I'm thinking of the first island, and a lot of it was like in the same area without any loading screens. So maybe that is a good thing towards the game that I'm just trying to knock down, but I just don't like Sun and Moon. Like, I think it was too hand-holdy and all that junk, and like I like, you can totally just make all of it optional, but like they keep like forcing you into a story that just sucks. And then the end of the story is like, oh hey, like let's suddenly make this good, but it's too late because I don't know, like just the whole the first 80% of the game is just like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't care about any of these characters. Hao is fucking annoying but likable at the same time, and Lily is just like there trying to like make a independent woman kind of story going on. I don't know, maybe it's just because like with college and stuff, like classes keep shoving down the same like fucking rhetoric down our throats. Like, if I have to hear about goddamn like women need more this and women need more that, and colored people need more this and colored people need more that, and then white people need everything taken away from them, like I agree with that, but you don't have to like tell me that every fucking day. And like I don't know, I like the classes that I have that just don't mention any of that at all. Like math class, we didn't have to do that at all. Like, it was just show up, do some math, leave, got some math homework. None of the math homework was related to like the world. It was just math, and that's amazing for me. But like in my writing class, I mean, the name of the writing class was like, it had rhetoric in it, but like it was also just required no matter what. Like, okay, that's kind of lame that they're like forcing a class on rhetoric for you to take, but I don't know, it was okay. Like, the teacher was fun, although she was like clearly super feminist, but like she wasn't like shoving it down our throats. Like, she was just like being like goofy and whatever. But she was like it was a tough class, but like good teacher versus tough class can like really like make the class fun, so that's fine. But yeah, we're at the end of this episode, so I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like as it will help the channel grow, and subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen. But until then, see you next time, where we'll be heading north again.